workshop on building acoustic and noise control on 22nd and 23rd of August is being organized at CSIR NPL New Delhi. This workshop shall help in creating awareness amongst all the stakeholders for noise control by bringing together scientists, engineers, researchers, building manufacturers, and policymakers working in this area. The workshop is organized by CSIR National Physical Laboratory in association with Metrology Society of India and Bureau of Indian Standards. I welcome all of you and all the participants who have joined us in online mode. There will be brainstorming sessions where the national and international experts shall present their views on noise control and building and regulation control. And during these two-day workshop, experts will deliver their views. So I again welcome you all, and all the respected dignitaries of today's events have been they are here with us, and I request all the dignitaries to please come on the stage. We have with us today Dr. K.S. Jayachandran, MS, Delhi Pollution Control Committee, and Special Secretary, Environment and Forest, Government of NCT of Delhi. AdMet 2020, and Dr. Naveen Garg, convener of this two-day workshop.
Host, can you please unmute the speaker? We are not able to hear anything.
I would request Kumari Mamta to please come on stage and welcome our director, sir. It is an honor to that all the respected dignitaries are present here with us and gracing this occasion.
Yeah.
Now, I would request respected director, sir, Professor Venugopal Achanta, Director CSIR NPL, for the welcome and presidential address. Sir, please come in the lines.
Dr. Aswal, Dr. Jayachandran, Arvind Kumar, and Dr. Sanjay Yadavji, Dr. Jaiswal, and the organizer, and Dr. Naveen, and all the dignitaries who are on the stage, online as well as in the audience. So welcome to this first workshop, which is dedicated to noise control for buildings. Right. So to our knowledge, like, so this is the first workshop which is dedicated to finding the what are the policy discussions or policy matters related to building acoustics within the country. Right. So as I understand, this is, I mean, we've had at least one other noise-related workshop in the last 1 year, and this one is dedicated to buildings. And the issue is that, like, so we have some policies, we have some numbers which says that what is the permissible limit as per the law about noise in residential areas, in industrial areas and other places. But these are unrealistic numbers as far as practical implementation is concerned. For example, it is 55 dB in residential area. If you turn a measuring instrument here in this auditorium, we'll get easily 45 to 50 dB. So these are numbers which we need to be more realistic about, and all the stakeholders need to be at one place. Okay. So to put it in perspective, like the fans which you are using, the electrical appliances which you are using, all these things also need to come under one fabric, so that, like, we know how to implement this. Giving some numbers will have no meaning if we cannot implement them. So with that in mind, like, so we thought we'll bring all the stakeholders together at one place and discuss, have brainstorming sessions under this workshop, so that we can carry this forward for better policy as far as noise is concerned. So we have 2 days in this workshop. The second day will be focusing on requirements of policies and regulations in building code for noise control in the buildings. Right. So here we would like to listen to various stakeholders and for the development authorities, building manufacturers, and at the end of it, we would like to bring out a compendium where we would like to bring out each of these suggestions so that, like, we can give it to the policymakers. And so we have total of 21 invited talks, 2 company presentations have been arranged in total 6 technical sessions. Apart from this, inaugural and brainstorm sessions and panel discussions, which we would like to have. We have a long lineup of very eminent speakers who are world leaders coming from all over the world. So I wish we'll have a very fruitful discussions during these 2 days, and which will be good for the nation in the long run. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to invite Dr. D.K. Aswal, President, Metrology Society of India, and also the former Director of CSIR NPL, who has joined us in virtual mode. I welcome you, sir, and I would request to please share your views on this 11th conference of advances in metrology.
Yeah, thank you, and good morning to all of you. I am very happy as a president of MSI to welcome you all for this very important workshop on the building acoustics and noise control, and that will be held during 22nd and 23rd August, which is a pre-workshop before we have our regular international conference known as the AdMet. As we know that noise is nothing but a mechanical vibration, And wherever there is a mechanical motions, we are going to get these kind of noises. And as Dr. Ajanta has already mentioned that we have got a certain limits. For example, for good living, we should have a noise level below 55 decibels. But unfortunately, that does not happen, particularly in cities where you see that the population is increasing, the high rise are increasing. Even the roads, they have become now the elevated roads. In Delhi, in Mumbai, everywhere the metros are running on the overbridges. And that is increasing our noise level at our residences. And particularly in the night when we have got a large amount of noise. So essentially noise is nothing but, as I said, it is a mechanical vibration. It goes to a ear diaphragm. From there, it generates a signal in your brain. And that is, in a way, is a kind of noise in our thought processes. And more often, it is found that the people in cities are very, very irritating. And one of the reasons which has been found is due to the presence of that consistent noise, which even the individual does not know what is happening to his brain. And therefore, these Center Pollution Control Board, they had the regulations which came in effect, that is the Noise Pollution Control and Regulation Rules that came in existence in 1999. I was fortunate to be the chairman of this committee for 2 years. Regulation is okay. We can always make a regulation, but implementation is a tough part. And during my directorship at NPL, I ensure that we also work on the material that can absorb these sounds. In fact, a couple of technologies were built at NPL. They were transferred to the companies. So we need to be the noise arrestor, noise absorber at the overbridges, and in fact, they are there. We need to make the houses which will be absorbing the noise so that the least disturbance is given to our brains. In fact, in developed world, in America, nowadays, they have come up with the new solutions apart from the absorbing material. That is called the Alexa, who gives the white noise in our room. And when we give a white noise in our room, it cancels the other mechanical vibrations. So new sets of concepts are coming where we can minimize and reduce the noises. And therefore, I request all the scientific community, not only the material, we also look for the various new technologies like the Alexa white noise canceller to develop these kind of technologies. And particularly in hospitals where the patient is already in trouble and he get that irritating noise because of either the hospital is located near to the metro station or railway stations, or there is too much of traffic. It is good that we divide as per the CPCB rules that hospitals are, you have to have a very low noise, schools should have very low noise, but where is the space? You see, all these, they have come within the cities and within the dense populated things. And as we require our electricity 24/7, so we have the DG set, they create the noise, we have railway, we have got bus, all sorts of things are there. Of course, on the social front, we should also make people aware not to use unnecessary noises at different places. And in fact, I remember that on the World Noise Day, NPL used to make an awareness program. We used to invite the medical doctors and they used to explain to the various kids in the Delhi city or elsewhere also that how a noise impacts the human psychology. Okay. So though this noise pollution is not really considered a noise pollution yet in the country, but believe me, trust me, in my opinion, this is one of the very silent killer to the human being. It definitely makes the person psychologically unstable. And if we reduce this noise pollution in our country, half of our problems will be solved. We can think rationally because this noise signal, we become sometimes irrational in our thought process. But nobody knows why this fellow is getting irritated. So I'm very happy, and I'm in fact very happy that Dr. Sanjay Pant, who is the DIG of BIS, he has built this building code, and he will be one of the speakers in this one. He has considered the how to address the noises in our houses, in the buildings, and one should also remember that there are four organs for the governance. That is the government who make the policies. Then there are regulators. Then there are the industries, academia, and finally the quality infrastructure, which I always emphasize upon. We should have a high level of metrology in the country, which NPL does. We should have the accreditation process, which is taken care by the NABL, and the standards made by the BIS. So the BIS, NABL, NPL, they should work very synchronizingly. They should be synchronized to develop the standards or accreditation and metrology. And based on that, a good regulation can be formed. And once the good regulation is formed, I think for implementation, the industries and academia should be roped in for the implementation. So with this brief remark, I welcome you once again to this workshop. And I hope there will be many good new thought process for minimizing the noise pollution in our daily lives. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for informing us and telling us more about the various health hazards that we are facing because of noise annoyance and pollution. Now, I would like to invite on dais respected chief guest, Dr. K.S. Jayashankaran, MS DPCT, and Special Secretary, Environment and Forests, Government of NCT of Delhi. He is a member of the Indian Forest Service and holds a doctorate degree in post-harvest technology from Indian Agricultural Research Institute, IARI, New Delhi. He has also served as the Directorate of Forest Education, Government of India at Eastern Forest Rangers College, Kurseong, near Darjeeling, West Bengal. He has also served as the Deputy Secretary, Department of Justice, Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India. Presently, he is working as the Special Secretary, Environment and Forest, Government of NCT of Delhi, as well as the Member Secretary, Delhi Pollution Control Committee. I welcome you, sir, on dais. Please say.
Thank you, everyone. Respected directors, dignitaries on the colleagues, and respected scientists here. A very good morning. I'm really happy that I'm being invited to this August workshop. I think building acoustics and noise control has been a very new area, at least for us enforcers of the field, because we never thought that adaptation could be an issue. Our adaptation could be a pillar or a segment in the area of noise pollution. We thought of adaptation measures only in the area of climate change. But I'm very happy that so much progress, scientific progress in the field of adaptation as far as noise pollution is concerned. So coming back to Delhi Pollution Control Committee, as an enforcement wing of the government of Delhi, our main guiding principles in noise pollution had been the noise rules 2000, the Honorable Supreme Court's directions of 2005, and the Honorable NGT's directions. I mean, the recent Justice SP Garg Committee report. So these three have been the main guiding principles as far as noise pollution control is concerned in Delhi. Apart from that, Delhi government has been notified 3 times, the one in 2008, then 2019, and recently last year. So our notifications have been primarily on notifying silent zones, notifying an area of around 100 meters around educational institutions, or courts, or government offices, or schools. Number two has been the sound limiter notification, in which every sound device or a public address system needs to be fitted with a sound limiter. So that is a very significant notification which was issued by the government of Delhi. Number three had been the compensation regime. So whenever an enforcement happens, it's very important that the compensation or the penalty which is levied is deterrent in nature. And we had a very expansive compensation regime ranging from 1,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees, depending upon the violator. Now coming to the action plan which the Delhi government has, we got an expansive action plan which consists of around 15 pillars. One is the main 3 pillars of our action plan has been: one, the scientific monitoring of noise, its data analysis, and coming up with really enforceable actionables. Number 2 has been the enforcement on the field, inspections, monitoring of traffic intersections and hotspots. And number 3 has been the most important thing: awareness and citizen engagement. So these 3 are the main 3 pillars of our action plan. Not that we have done very great on this, but still there's so much of room for progress. I mean, so much of area where we could work more. As far as monitoring is concerned, the Delhi Pollution Control Committee has got around 30 monitoring stations spread across the landscape of Delhi. We are also now looking at expanding the network which we have monitoring. But more important, I feel that what do we do with the monitoring data? Not much is done with the monitoring data. In fact, Delhi has the densest networks of both air pollution and noise pollution in the country. But what we do with the data is more important. And that's where I think the wisdom and guidance of National Physical Laboratory is such an esteemed institution in the field of standards and noise pollution, to have been helpful in actually analyzing this noise and giving us the really enforceable inputs on the field. Number 2 has been the enforcement. Enforcement, we had designated authorities like the Revenue Department, the Police Department, and the Pollution Control Committee, who actually enforce the noise standards. We all know noise pollution has been the least appreciated pollution category because so much of less awareness and so much of less priority is given by the enforcement agency compared to water pollution and air pollution. And it's very important. It's up to the scientific community to actually push the least appreciated category of noise through very touching messages. Because when you look at a cigarette packet, when you look at the image of that horrible image of the lungs and the cancer on your side of your cheek. So those are touching, disturbing images. So much of awareness is required at the society level because people never appreciate or understand the deep health impact which the daily din of noise is creating to the health. So it's very important for the scientific community to connect with the citizen, to engage with the citizen, and drive home the important message of the ill effect which noise, especially urban noise, is doing on the health of citizens in cities. So having said that, I thank NPL and I wish all the best for this particular workshop on building acoustics, and I look forward for effective and positive collaboration with NPL. Thank you so much.
I think the fact that noise is the most unnoticed yet omnipresent form of pollution that people do not care nowadays. Now, the next dignitaries, our guest of honor, Shri Sanjay Pant, I would like to invite Sir, who has joined us in online mode. He has more than 30 years of experience in diverse areas of civil engineering and buildings. He has received number of recognition such as Lifetime Achievement Awards from Fire and Security Association of India. He is honored by Indian Plumbing Association with Fellowship Award. Apart from this, practicing Valuers Association of India. Currently, he is working as Deputy Director General, Standardization Second, Bureau of Indian Standards, New Delhi. I welcome you, sir, and I would request to please deliver your speech.
क्या नाम संजय संजय कंपनी ये संजय कंपनी
Sir, kindly unmute yourself.
ये कर जल्दी कर ले अभी बस
Yes, I hope I am audible now.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you. Thank you. I was waiting to be unmuted. First of all, thank you very much to the entire organizing committee, CSIR, NPL for this kind invitation. In fact, this is a joint organization with BIS, so we are equal a party and a smaller party, of course, in the organization of a big event. And we are very fortunate that we are associated, BIS is associated with a prestigious organization like CSIR, NPL in organization of this important event on international workshop on building acoustics and noise control. This area has been of great concern as the previous speakers have mentioned, including Dr. D.K. Aswal Saab, who is also former director NPL, and Dr. Venugopal Achinta Saab, the current director CSIR NPL. As far as BIS is concerned, let me come straight that we have a technical committee in civil engineering division called Functional Requirements in Buildings Sectional Committee, CED 12, which is currently headed by, as chairman, by Director CSIR CBRI Rudki, as chairman of the committee. The BIS Technical Committee has formulated the Indian standards IS 1950 on sound insulation of non-industrial buildings, IS 2526 on code of practice for acoustical design of auditoriums and conference halls, IS 3483 on code of practice for noise reduction in industrial buildings, Indian standard 4954 on recommendations for noise abatement in township town planning, and IS 9736 on glossary of terms applicable to acoustics in buildings. We also have an Indian standard IS 11050 that is on rating of sound insulation in building elements in three parts, which are being again revised at the moment, giving the methods for airborne sound insulation in buildings and interior building elements, impact sound insulation, and airborne sound insulation of facade elements and facade. So this is the limited series of standards that BIS has formulated so far under CED 12, Functional Requirements in Buildings Sectional Committee. And again, CSIR, one of the laboratories of CSIR is heading this as chairman of the committee. Then, as Dr. Aswal mentioned, we have a National Building Code of India, NBC 2016. It has a different 13 parts. One of the parts, part 8, is on building services. And it has got further section, building services as lighting and ventilation, electrical and allied installation, air conditioning, heating and mechanical ventilation, and acoustic sound insulation and noise control, installation of lifts, escalator and moving walks, and IT enabled buildings. So these are the 6 sections on various kinds of building services. So acoustical design is also one of the building services which has been recognized by the National Building Code. And here, of course, in last revision in 2016, NPL was deeply involved in this revision process, and we had made a lot of improvements in that chapter. Part 8, Section 4, acoustics, sound insulation, noise control, both at township level as well as building level, and use of appropriate acoustical materials in ensuring the prescribed decibel levels. That much we have done. And now this technical committee is again activated, and we are working for revision of all these standards. So I think this workshop will give a lot of inputs to BIS, and we would like to join hands with the NPL and other organizations who are here. And this work of this acoustical design is being done under the chair within the committee, under the leadership of Shri Gautam Suri, and he has been, and he and his earlier his predecessor, his father, Mr. R.L. Suri, was also equally associated in this work. So we still have the continued guidance of Shri Gautam Suri ji. I hope he will be able to address to the gathering here also. So I think we would like to take this work forward. More than that, I would say that international developments have to be captured in national activities, and there is a international committee, ISO TC Technical Committee 43 on acoustics, and it's one of the subcommittees. SC2 is on building acoustics. So I invite the participants here, NPL, the other bodies, CSIR body and other bodies, and practitioners of acoustic, sound insulation and noise control, and architects also, in associating with BIS, because BIS as the national standards body participates in the ISO technical committee. Let us activate that participation in ISO TC 43, its subcommittee SC1, its subcommittee SC2, and make an impact at international. Whatever work we are doing at national level, let us make an impact at international level also, and influence the international standardization work, and also utilize those international developments in this. I think with this limited points, I would like to once again thank the CSIR NPL for organizing this international event associating BIS, and I am very much sure that the outcome of this workshop would be quite worthwhile for development of new standards and revision of existing standards that BIS has taken up. Thank you so much.
So much, sir. Now, the next dignitaries who is gracing this event with his presence is Mr. Arun Kumar S., who is the head of Civil Engineering Department, Bureau of Indian Standards, New Delhi. He has worked as a member secretary in the various committees towards landmark revision of the earthquake code, codes on use of glasses in buildings, revision of the sprinkler installation code, and his present major assignments includes the revision of concrete code. I would request sir to please come on the dais and address the gathering.
Thank you very much for the brief introduction. Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, those who have joined online, and those participants and other scientists from NPL, and also other my colleagues from BA. Very good morning to one and all. In continuation to what Sri Sanjay Pant, the Deputy Director General of Standardization, and other speakers mentioned about how noise is a silent killer, why we need to contribute or why we need to talk much more and make aware the public is very much, this is very much an important topic. And that is the reason, if you see, for example, in the Accessibility Code, we have classified the buildings into 9 categories. We are sitting in one of the category called auditoria. So even for this particular room, we have got excellent acoustics. For example, this is a rainy season. Right? In case there is any rain, the code expects even the roof to have those insulation, sound insulation characteristics apart from thermal insulation. Similarly, for example, for the hospitals, it wants that in between the rooms in the hotels, there should not be any noise transfer. Similarly, between the corridor and the main rooms, the guest rooms, there should not be any interaction or unnecessary noise which has to be transferred. Most importantly, planning of buildings. What's the distance from the road the building has to be located? What is the orientation of the bedroom? Can we have the windows, etc., parallel, or should we keep it perpendicular? so that there is no noise enhancement because of the outside noise. And similarly, we have got a lot of other inputs. We have got detailed technical session. I'll be happy to share more inputs on that. I think we have more important engagements and other people also for today's discussion. With this, I would thank once again to all the participants who are here with us today. I'm very much sure that this 2 days will be of more interactive session, and you would also take home some of the important points, and we would also take some more suggestions for further standardization in the US. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now it's time for the release of compendium and brochure. But before this, I would like to request all the dignitaries to, I would request our respected director, sir, to kindly felicitate our chief guest, Dr. K.S. Jayachandran, and Shri Arun Kumar S., who has joined us today and graced this occasion. I would request our Mamta and Sonu to please come on the stage and kindly assist Director Sir to felicitate our chief guest and other dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen, the compendium is prepared by our expert, Dr. Naveen Garg, who is the convener of this international workshop on building acoustic and noise control, which will be held, which will be starting today onwards on 22nd of August and 23rd of August. And this compendium is prepared by Dr. Naveen Garg, who is the senior principal scientist and head acoustic and vibrational standards, and Dr. Chitra Gautam, senior scientist, CSIR National Physical Laboratory, New Delhi. National Metrologists Institute of India has been working in the field of building acoustic and noise control since past 3 decades. And this compendium is a brief collection of previous research work reported in national and international perspective on noise management and control in building elements and sound regulation requirements in buildings. The suggestions and recommendations on noise control in building shall be helpful for the development authorities, building manufacturers and authorities to suitably devise and implement policies on noise control in buildings and inculcate knowledge towards the development of better acoustical materials of higher sound insulation for reducing the noise exposure and provide acoustic comfort to residents. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to all the dignitaries who are releasing this compendium and brochure. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to all the guests. Thank you so much to all the guests, and I would request all of you to please take your seats. And now I would request Dr. Sanjay Yadav, Chief Scientist and Head Physio-Mechanical Metrology Division, and also the Chairman of AdMet 2022, to please come on the dais and summarizing. He will recite a poem summarizing the theme of workshop. So I welcome you, sir, on the dais.
Good morning, respected Director Professor Venugopalji, our Chief Guest Dr. Jayachandraji, Fund Staff Dr. Aswal, and our colleague from BIS and NPF. It was a very difficult task, but Naveen had given me a scientific subject in a Hindi poem. So, though it was very difficult, but I took this challenge and I tried to make a few points from the National Building Code and how to convert that building codes. I will recite in my poem, and later in a few 1 or 2 minutes I will make the English translation of my Hindi poem to my English speaking colleagues. So what this poem says, बनाना चाहते हो ग्रह भवन इमारत माल सदन, भवन निर्माण संहिता जानो समझो और करो मनन। क्यों होता जरूरी, क्या है इसका महत्व, फाइलों में दबकर रह जाना ही नहीं पर्याप्त। जानकारी लो, इसकी दायरा है व्याप्त, सभी इसमें शामिल और मूल रूप में दुरुस्त। वो ठेकेदार, कॉन्ट्रैक्टर, कंपनी या व्यक्तिगत, नियम है प्रभावी, मानो जानो अमल करो व्यक्त। ये नियम 1970 में हुए प्रकाशित, कई बार बदलाव 83, 87, 97, 2005, 2015 में अनेकों बदलाव। इन सब से हुई तैयार 2015 में 16 में वर्तमान दिशा निर्देश BIS वेबसाइट पर उपलब्ध है। 2 भागों में ये लेख। आवास और कल्याण, शहरी सड़क निर्माण संक्षेप, शहर योजना निर्माण, अस्थायी संरचना समेत, व्यापार करने में आसानी, किया प्रथम बार समावेश। इस तरह के प्रयासों से बना ये दस्तावेज विशेष। हो बाथरूम, बेसमेंट, गैरेज या किचन, सभी के नियम मापदंड, भविष्य विजन, कितनी हो जगह, कितना चाहिए ढलान, कहाँ लगे खिड़की और कहाँ बने दलान, कहाँ से वायु आगमन, कहाँ स्टोर सामान, कितने जरूरी प्राकृतिक तरीके और लगाना बागान, कैसे करें नियंत्रित मशीनी शोर और धूल, करके परिवर्तन थोड़े प्रभावी आमूल चूल। अब इनके पालन में करना नहीं कोई भूल, शोर नियंत्रण के अगर पाए गए तोड़ते रूल, फाइन है कम से कम 1000 और 1 लाख तक फुल। मशीनी शोर नियंत्रण पर अगर पाया गया लिमिट से बाहर, निर्माण साइट पर जुर्माना होगा 50,000 पार। 70 नागिन, जो हमारे जयचंद्रन जी ने कहा था अभी अपने भाषण में, 70 निगरानी केंद्रों को 7 शहरों में कर लिया था शुमार। बेंगलोर, चेन्नई, मुंबई, दिल्ली में हो हमार, हैदराबाद, कलकत्ता या लखनऊ करो विचार। सचेत हो अच्छे नागरिक, व नियंत्रण करो शोर। परिवेशी शोर स्तर इन शहरों का लिमिट से बाहर। 2000 में किया ये अध्ययन, बजा रहा अलार्म। सरकारी अमला, निजी निर्माणी और भागीदार समय पर करते समीक्षा और गहन विचार। यह अंतरराष्ट्रीय कार्यशाला भी ऐसा ही एक प्रयास है। पूर्व अनुभवों को साझा कर वर्तमान का एहसास है। भविष्य के लिए मार्गदर्शन इसका विन्यास है। पीढ़ियां रहे हमारी सुरक्षित, आगे के लिए प्रकाश है। तो ये पोएम थी मेरी। एक बार खाली हो जाए, थोड़ा सा इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन पढ़ देता हूँ। If you want to make a planet, structure, building, mall, house, understand the National Building Code and do contemplation. Why it is necessary? Why it's important? Being buried in file is not enough. Take information about it. Its scope is wide. All are included in fundamentally correct. Be it contractor, company, or individual, rules are effective. Know and accept, express and implement. These rules are published in 1970, changed several times. Changes were made in 1983, 87, 97, 2015. All this resulted in the preparation of current guidelines in 2016. Codes are available on BIS website in 2 parts. Housing and welfare, urban road and construction brief, city planning, construction, temporary structure included, ease of doing business incorporated for the first time. This document made by such a part is special. be it a bathroom, basement, garage, or kitchen. Each one is fixed criteria, future vision, how much space and slopes are needed, where to find the windows, where is the halfway made, from where the air arrives, where the goods are stored, how important are natural methods and the gardens, how to control mechanical noise and dust. By making little effective radical changes in 2016, the CPCB again gave an update on the rules. Now to do not make any mistake in following rules. If found breaking rules and the noise control, fine is less than 1,000 and full up to 1 lakh. Mechanical noise control was found to be out of bounds. The fine on the construction site will be 50,000 or more. 70 surveillance center have been included in 7 cities, be it Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai or Delhi. Consider Hyderabad, Calcutta or Lucknow. Be alert, be a good citizen, control the noise. Ambient noise level is outside the limit of these cities. The alarm was sounding since the study was done in 2011. Government employees, private factories and partners timely review and brainstorming sessions are held. This international workshop is also one of such efforts. Feeling of the present and sharing past experiences, what is needed for the future is its configuration. Our generation remains safe, having any forward and light for the future. Thank you very much.
वो अभीष्ट मार्ग पर सहर्ष खेलते हुए विपत्ति विघ्न जो पड़े उन्हें ढकेलते हुए घटे न हेल मेल हाँ बढ़े न भिन्नता कभी अतर्क एक पंथ के सतर्क पंथ हो सभी वही समर्थ भाव है कि तारता हुआ तरे है वही मनुष्य जो मनुष्य के लिए मरे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, अपनी कविता के माध्यम से हम सभी के साथ अपने विचार साझा करने का कि किस प्रकार से हम वर्तमान परिदृश्य में भी आगे बढ़ते हुए और तकनीक के सहारे लेकिन फिर भी ध्वनि प्रदूषण जैसी समस्याओं का सामना कर सकते हैं। उनसे जुड़े नियम, उनसे जुड़े आदेश हम सभी के साथ साझा करने के लिए। Now I would like to request Dr. Naveen Garg, convener, International Workshop on Building Acoustic and Noise Control, to propose a vote of thanks. So please.
Respected Director Sir, Professor Venugopal Achanta, the Chief Guest of today's function, Dr. K.S. Jayachandran, Special Secretary, Environment and Forest and Member Secretary, BPCC, Dr. D.K. Aswal, President, Meteorology Society of India, Shri Sanjay Pant, Deputy Director Standardization, BIS, Shri Arun Kumarji, Head Civil Engineering, BIS, Dr. Sanjay Yadav, Dr. S.K. Jaiswal, my colleagues, eminent speakers, and participants of this workshop. I feel honored to propose the vote of thanks for this on this occasion of International Workshop on Building Acoustics and Noise Control. First of all, I would like to thank our Director, Professor Venugopal Achanta, for his inspiration, motivation, and support for organizing this event. I am very thankful to Dr. D.K. Aswal for his enlightening words. We all are grateful to our chief guest, Dr. K.S. Jayachandran, and guest of honor, Shri Sanjay Pant, for sparing their valuable time for today's workshop and gracing this occasion with their inspiring speech. I would like to thank Dr. Sanjay Yadav, Dr. Neeta Dilawar Sharma, Dr. S.K. Jaiswal, Dr. Shankar Agarwal for their guidance and support to organize the event. I would also like to thank my co-convener, Dr. Chitra Gautam, Dr. D.D. Shivgan, Shri V.K. Gupta ji, Shri Abhishek Yadav, Dr. Ashish Ranjan, students Bhagat Singh Chauhan, Mr. Saurabh Kumar for their contribution for organizing this event. I also extend my gratitude to North Ceiling Solutions and Messrs. Joss Engineering Company Limited, HBK Denmark, for sponsoring this event. Thank you all for making this event a great success. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to tell that there is an Air Expo which is being organized in the AR Verma lawn, and I would like to invite Dr. Shankar Agrawal sir on dais to tell us more about the Air Expo. So please come on the dais.
Morning, all. So today, of course, we have this noise pollution workshop. Apart from this, we also have Air Expo. So Air Expo will open for all the participants today after the inauguration. And then tomorrow in Air Expo, we have a presentation from the companies. Right, so I would like to avoid the please open or inaugurate the Air Expo after this session. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, you know that I just told to explain about the Air Expo. So Air Expo, first time in MPL we are organizing. In this Air Expo, you know that the air pollution is the major issue, and we have many good technologies coming up technologies. So we want to show them, and now because of the technological improvement, innovation, we can make a very nice or a very precise air pollution. So many companies are here and they are showcasing their advancement in the technologies. So please visit the stalls and see the advancement in the technologies.
I would request all the respected dignitaries to kindly proceed towards the AR Burma lawn for the inauguration ceremony of Air Expo. After the inauguration of Air Expo, high tea will be served at the same place. I again thank all the dignitaries and all the respected people sitting here, and also those who have joined us in online mode to for gracing this occasion with their presence. And I hope that all of you will be enjoying this AdMet workshop, 11th conference on advances on metrology 2022. Thank you so much.